Hello, everybody. This is Fanny. How are you? I hope you're having a good Monday. Happy Labor Day. That's so weird. Have you ever had this thing that, like, you're itchy here, but it's actually itching on your leg? Like, you can tell the acupuncture points, like how some points are related. Like, it's literally like I have like a sneeze in my nose and it's itching on my leg. So weird. Um, Anyways, and then when you itch there, then it's gone on the leg. It's really weird. So anyways, yes, welcome to this update. I want to give you news about my workshops and the process, not just giving you the information about starting the workshops again, but kind of letting you know what process and the why and the what. So if you're watching my previous video, The Dark Night of the Soul, I explained a little bit how I feel like I was in a time loop and going back to this time when I was painting the colors of nature and I was doing workshops here at the same time, and how I felt like I had to start over, right? And go back where the root of everything started. I felt like going really bad in my life, that I thought I was going in a certain direction. And then I just kept, digging my trouble, let's say. But anyways, I know it's for a bigger future, but it's just like when you're playing pool, Yes, it's true. If you want to win big, you have to go all in. But also, if you put all in and you lose the game, then you're left with nothing and you can't play anymore. So sometimes you also have to play small a little bit until you're able to going on the larger picture that you're seeing. So this is kind of what's happening to me right now. And so I was doing these workshops, infinity workshops, at my house 2 years ago. It was amazing because I get to meet a lot of people. Actually, most of the people that I know in Jacksonville are from my workshops, or when I was going to the market and promoting my workshops and my art and stuff. I always had people almost every week coming, every Saturday. And so people could discover my art, get to learn to paint and all of that. And then some people started asking, if I was doing workshops online. I was having requests on Facebook. Hey, do you do classes online? So I did a couple of classes one-to-one. But then I was like, you know what? This is using a lot of my energy. This is using a lot of my time, because a one-to-one hour, I still need to prepare the class. I prepare the links. I exchange emails and stuff like that for $30, a class, or $40, $50. I don't remember, maybe 60. And I still have huge bills to pay. So let's not forget that even if you're an artist, even if you're a healer or spiritual, you still live in a world that everything is expensive and you have to pay huge bills. So the same for my workshops, I was doing my workshops. I was barely making any money because I wanted to be available. I wanted people to discover the art and learn about the Dottism and the symbolism. It was really passion driven. But I was barely making anything. So I was actually losing money doing that. I would spend my entire week promoting the workshop on Facebook, creating the events on Eventbrite, sending newsletters, all of that. It was working, but all of my week was preparing for this one workshop on Saturday morning, where I was making most of the time $60 or less than $100. So out of the month, you're earning less than $200, $300 for working every day of the week. It's not sustainable. It was just not sustainable for me. I've explained this before, but I'm going to tell you also the pros and the cons, right? So then I recorded the workshops online on mastermind.com so people from everywhere could follow. And so instead of repeating, it was a little bit repetitive for me also to do the same thing over and over every weekend, because then I felt like we couldn't go further. I didn't have energy to go further. So I recorded everything and I stopped doing the weekly workshops here. And there was COVID, actually. Everything came at the same time, kind of to push me towards that direction. So everybody could have access to the workshop online and have the replay forever, have their own supplies, and you can buy it once and do it with 5 people at your own house, do your girls' night, all of that, and it would be available. So that was a great idea. It's still available. You go to mastermind.com, Journey to Love, the Metatrons vibes, and the Angel Pack is there. And going to the market was also a good exposure, right? But every time I would go to the market, it's $50 to participate at the market, and then I would sell maybe 1 print, and I would barely pay off for my money. So this was not profitable. This was amazing to meet the people and stuff, but I just couldn't live out of it. So I was like, I can't keep doing this. Now, the good part about it was that people need consistency. You know, if you're doing something every Friday, or you're there at the market every Saturday, maybe people are not going to buy from you the first time or the 5 first times, but then they know you're there, and when they have a gift to make, they're like, oh, I'm going to go see that girl, or oh, we're going to go to this workshop. So it's actually good to still have this consistency of offering that. And so little by little it builds up, you know. And now because then people were asking me, hey, we would like to paint on a larger artwork. So I was like, okay, let me organize something where we can have a larger artwork. So I organized the Flower of Life Art Retreat. And I organized 3 times this year, and nobody could sign up because I don't have the time to do all the marketing. I have no one who so far wanted to work for me for free. So I couldn't promote it. I was busy creating the content.
Mario.
Say hi, baby.
Hi. Mamma Mia.
Mamma Mia, Mario.
Mario 78.
But I didn't promote enough. So the only difference is that now when people come here and they ask me about the Flower of Life retreat or a bigger workshop, a workshop online, it's already ready. So these 2 years that I spent creating content, even though I wasn't selling it, it's there. I have it. It's available. Now it's just 1 click. If you want it, it's available. If you have a group of work, a team building, or a family, you want to take a family trip, whatever, it's all available on my website. You just send me an email and we organize it. Okay, so that's the good part about all this time that I spent creating that. And now starting again the workshops, because I still want to have this consistency of Esteban, can you stop, please? Esteban, don't get off my face. Thank you. Okay, so yeah, you know what I said. I didn't say that. You know what I said. You know what I said. Go. I know, but that's not what I said. So it's gonna be during weekdays, okay, when the kids are in school, so we can focus on the workshop. And also, so one important thing that I want to talk about is my prices. Okay, yes, my workshops are more expensive than what you see around. When there's some painting classes here in Jacksonville that is maybe $30 or $40. Classes online, my classes online is $143. My Angel Pack online is $2,000. My art retreat here is 4 days, 5 nights. It's $2,000 as well. Yes, it's more expensive than what you can find on promotions online and stuff like that. But what you pay is what you pay. Okay? It's not like I'm here trying to drag you here with a cheap price, and then when you get here, you have to pay supplements for the food, you have to pay supplements for the supplies, you have to pay supplements if I give you a ride somewhere, blah, blah, blah. No, everything is included. When you come to my art retreat, don't you dare. Don't you dare.
Okay.
I'm serious.
Okay. Okay.
Okay?
But then I can't.
It's literally like you're playing for an hour in your room on your video game, and when I start making a video is when you decide to come and stuff at my face. This is not okay. Stop being disrespectful, go take a shower, get off my face, and after I'm done, we keep playing. Okay, baby?
What?
We keep playing a game, a board game or whatever. Okay, babe?
Or 8-ball?
Not on the phone. We're gonna play a board game, but after the shower. Go, baby. Sorry, guys. I also want, it's also okay to share with you what I'm dealing with my son. It's very difficult to make him listen to me. We're on this little... It just doesn't listen to me. It just does not listen to me. It's like, but it's all kids though. It's like they're playing by themselves and they're waiting. Like this one moment when you're on the phone is when they decide to come and throw stuff at your face, and this drives me crazy, guys. This is also something I'm gonna write about. Is like becoming a mom. How you just feel invaded in your space constantly. It's like you don't have a space anymore. You see this kind of stuff? This kind of stuff drives me crazy. It's like, this is my face. Who gives you the right to come and touch me like this all the time? Get off. It's crazy. It's like no respect for your time, no respect for your space. So disrespectful. How do you do with your kids? It's like, man, don't listen, don't care. Anyways, so yeah, we're doing the Friday workshops when he's in school, okay, between 10 and 2. So if your kids are in school too, this is a good time that you can come here. It's great for team buildings with your coworkers. If you want to take the Friday, extended lunch time for Friday, I provide the lunch as well. If you're working, you can take a day off, plan in advance and have a day off with your girlfriends, whatever, it's every Friday. So here is my point. It's like, for me, it's not interesting. I'm not an art teacher. I was a languages teacher before, and even I wasn't trained to be a teacher. I never wanted to be a teacher because I have no patience. Okay? I have no patience, but I have passion. And so this is why actually life took me to be a teacher. That's crazy, actually. Every time I think about it, I like to study cultures. I like to write about cultures. This is what I studied for. I never wanted to be a teacher, but when I went to Peru, I found a job that took me there. They wanted me to be a languages teacher. So, of course, I needed a job. I said yes, and in the end, I ended up enjoying it and liking it. Then when I went to Bahrain, I wanted to be a cultural coordinator, and then they said they were going to hire me as a cultural director, and I was like, oh yeah, that sounds amazing, oh my god, I'm going to do that. But he also needed me to teach classes because that's what brings the money to the Alliance Française, is the classes. All the cultural events mostly are free, and they have a budget allowed by the French embassy for the cultural events, which is the promotion of the cultural diversity of France and stuff like that. But what actually brings the money to the non-profit of the Alliance Française, because it's a non-profit, is the language classes, right? So it was like, okay, I give you the job, but you also need to fulfill a few hours of teaching. So once again, I end up being a teacher. Then I come to the US. I'm like, that's it, I'm done. Finally, I ended up following my husband coming to the US. I'm like, finally, I will not have to teach again. And the first thing, my neighbor, Stacy, asked me if I can absolutely please, she needs someone to help her sons with their French classes, if I can do private classes for them. And I'm like, man, this thing is following me. I didn't even tell anybody. If she asked me, what do you used to do? Oh, I used to be a teacher. She's like, oh my God, you need to please give classes. Okay, well, I'm not working. Why not? That would be, if I can help you and put some little bit of cash, why not? So I do that. And then I start painting, and I ended up finding out that this thing is actually completely crazy, opening up portals and portals of time and space, and seeing the symbols activating and everything. And that I'm like, wow, I need to share this. Like, I need to tell this. So this is when I started doing the videos online. And then I was like, well, okay, well, I'm going to try. And then at that point, I needed money. And I was like, okay, well, I'm going to start trying to do some workshops, but for me, it wasn't as difficult as teaching languages because I didn't have to prepare so much exercises, grammar, and stuff like that. So, but I was like, man, this is crazy because even though I don't want to teach and I don't have the patience and I don't even want to, it's also, I don't like to be a teacher, but it's because I'm always like, oh, am I fulfilling people's expectations? Because, if people pay for a class, you need to be a good teacher. You need to be fun and interactive and interesting, and you want them to leave happy. I don't want to just be a teacher so I can collect my hours and my money and leave. I was never like this, even though that's why I didn't really like to be a teacher, because I was always overdoing it. I was over preparing my classes. I was always like, oh my God, I need to be sure that people, they're happy about the class. I prepare more than what they need, because I need to over deliver all the time. And so this was really stressful to me. And this is the stress that I didn't like. I was like, oh, I always feel like I'm not going to be good enough. Before every single class, I was always nervous. And at the end of each class, I was always feeling so excited, so good, because I was like, yeah, they learned something thanks to me, and together. And actually, a good teacher is not delivering just information for people to passively absorb it. They're actually teaching people that they have the knowledge within them and to actually find out the solution, even in a language class, So same for then the art classes. People started coming here, but so where am I going with this is that for me, I never started this just because I want you to come and paint your little mandala and go home. I don't care about this. Like, you can find art classes everywhere for $30. For me, I care about you learning the magic, right? The magic, the symbols that open the portals, and how the crystals, they open telepathic abilities. And then I started realizing that, and I was like, no, I'm making up stuff. And then it's literally like, no, I'm making up stuff. Next thing you know, I open my Facebook and I see someone posting like exactly word for word the thing I just recorded. Or I'm like talking about an oracle, and I'm like, oh, let's imagine a rainbow, and literally I pick a card, it's like manifest a rainbow, and things like this that I wouldn't even believe it myself. And then I started researching, and I was like, wow, this is crazy, because we really have so many abilities with our brain that we don't utilize every day. And so this is what's interesting for me, okay, you're coming here, you're doing your painting, and you learn the technique and the design, but this is my journey to love painting workshop. You learn the technique, the design, the outline, the surface, the symbols, and we talk a little bit about all that. Purely just the art, right? So this is what you come, and this is what you get when you come here. But my goal is that you get the magic wand. If you come here and I'm like, oh, look, this is my magic wand. It's awesome. It opens your telepathic abilities. And then you leave, and I'm like, okay, bye. I'm here with my stuff, and you don't get it. No. So that's why for the Flower of Life Art Retreat, I include a wand in the package, right? Because if I have many people come here and pay for the retreat, I have enough money to go to the guy down there in middle Florida or South Florida, or I don't know, wherever he is, and negotiate a price for this stuff. They're $1,000 a piece. So I get to negotiate the price, bring them back for you, and so you get to have your own. Or when you're coming to workshop, and then you get access to my workshops, or you get discounts to my online masterminds. My travel books, it's not just my travel books and story about how awesome it was when I was in Thailand and stuff. No, it's also, for example, the one in Mexico, it's reconnecting path in Mayan territory. Okay, so it's a whole territory in the Yucatan that we did in Mexico. And that was crazy. Once again, we always have actually every trip that I take, I always see UFOs, aliens and spaceships or lights. Absolutely everywhere I go, they're always here, even in my house also. But they're always here with us, and then you feel like you're never alone. Even when you're in the lowest points, then something happens, and you're like a sign. Something like, okay, you have to keep doing this. So, for example, the other day I was at the lowest point. It was like, I'm giving up. I'm completely broke. I went all in. Yes, I went all in. And I lost it all. The crypto. I wasn't even thinking of the crypto. I was like, oh my God, it's like, I could imagine, like, in January, I was like, oh my God, I'm going to tell them all, like, how, I found my solution. I went to the crypto, and in 1 month I doubled everything. And then I went to take a loan, and then I put all the money there. The money that I didn't have, put all the money there. And then in 2 months, I paid off all of my debt. And now I have a passive income that's, supporting me while I do my passion. And I always have a backup, so I never have to worry about my bills. And now I'm, all this time that I was, my money anxiety was gone. I was able to finish my Timberlings and my books. And now, I'm going to make millions and stuff. And I already had the stories in my head, right? Well, that's not what happened. That's not what happened at all. Like, I went to take that loan and everything crashed the next month. I lost everything. So, and I was like, man, that's crazy because I am so resourceful. And every time I try, it just fails. And I create this new oracle, and then the publishers doesn't want it. And I'm like, and I'm at my lowest point the other day, and all of a sudden I have this flash. And then you watch my other video, right, the Dark Night of the Soul, where I explain it. I'm not going to repeat there, but I was like, oh, now I see the purpose. I see the time loop, and why I have to go back to that. It was a time loop where I was building more content. And it's not finished yet, and I hate that things are unfinished, but I can't go faster than, what I can. I'm doing my best, considering that I have a kid that's just doesn't listen to me, and like my house is always, it's like you clean the house, you turn around, and it's dirty again, and it's like, yeah, I can't live in a dirty house for a couple of days, it's life, but I can't live in a dirty house for a week, and then I go crazy. But anyways, all this to say that even at the lowest point, then, something comes back and pulls you back out. It's crazy. It's like this life force, really, that's like, okay, whatever. Okay, well, then I can't put everything all in because I don't have the all part of it. But I can start small again and show consistency again and build my network again, even though I lost all my Instagram. Then it's going to be through my newsletter and whatever. So this was my little point about the prices. When you come here, I'm not going to try to, of course, I'm going to offer you, if you want to then do the Flow of Life Art Retreat, you can have it. But essentially, you're coming for the workshop, you have the lunch included. I give you my oracle as well, plus the online workshop. So pretty much, yeah, it's like a gift. I'm just doing this so I really had this revelation the other day that I was like, I'm not here to save myself, but I didn't come to that place, to that dark place, to save myself. I was already in a good place. If I got back to these dark places, because there's people that I need to bring back with me. So we're starting over at that point, and now we're doing it together. I was such in a dark place, like that. All I could think about was my own survival. I was like, that's it. I've helped so many people. I've tried, and it was, working really slowly, not slowly enough, because I just wanted to be out of this dark place. And I didn't think that 3 years later I would still be there, even though I'm healthier now and I starting to be closer to the light. But I feel like the door is not opening, because it's like, no, you got there to bring people out there with you. So go back there and start over, and let's go to the light all together. So that's really, wow, that's so deep, like. So yeah, so I just had the confirmation this morning with Veronica. We're gonna do the kids workshops at the Celestial Farm again every Sunday morning. Okay, so like, once again, every Friday at my house, adults workshops, no kids. Every Sunday morning at the farm, we're gonna be outside in the pavilion, starting at the beginning of October, because we got to put stuff into place this month. Every Sunday morning, we're 10 a.m. or 11 a.m. I think we're gonna do Colors of Nature workshop at the farm. So it's gonna be really simple. It's gonna be for little kids. So 1 hour. So it's not gonna be Dottism, but essentially what it's gonna be learning to use tracing paper. Okay, because this is really a tool that not a lot of people know about. The kids don't even remember about. Everybody I know, or when they come here, even the adults, they're like, what is that? I'm like, it's tracing paper. You've never used tracing paper? They're like, no. I'm like, this is the thing that made me an artist. Without this, I would never be an artist, because I don't know how to draw. And you can try me. I can draw a thing. I can draw nothing. I can draw with a compass, geometry, but I can draw a table. I can draw a flower. I can draw an animal. Okay, so the tracing paper is really to build the confidence back into the kids, to be like, hey, you see this book? Look, is there a drawing that you like in this book? Like an animal, a unicorn, whatever. Okay, we're going to take that and you're going to put it in your own painting, and now you're going to repaint a background. Something easy. Background is easy. Colors, mixing colors and stuff, and just putting silhouettes and shadows, and we can fill them up with patterns or shadows and stuff. So every week is going to be a different animal. Okay, we're all going to do the same animal. I will prepare the silhouettes already. So, you know, kids did 1 hour. It's enough for them. They don't have that much time of attention. And so we're going to do that and talk about spirit animals. Okay, so very simple class. It's not going to be the great masterpiece, but it's going to be a simple, beautiful landscape with animals, and to introduce the tools and spiritual concept of the spirit animals every week, so they can start, you know, thinking about it and see how they identify themselves. Or maybe one day, sometimes we could do face paintings and stuff like that. But already they hear those terms, you know, and they start wondering about that and everything. So kids are the future, so it's important to start doing that. And hopefully when I get my oracle published, because I know it will, you know, we'll be able to do the same kind of workshops, the Colors of Nature workshop, and people come, and by paying their entry fee, they also get a deck of the Colors of Nature oracle. So this will be in the future. Yay! So you see, starting small all over again, but with consistency. Hopefully I will, I just feel like people are giving up on Jacksonville. I don't know, it's like, it's building. There's a lot of, you know, the area where I was 4 years ago, it's out of topic, but where I was 4 years ago, there was nothing. You know, it was Arlington, it was like the ghetto almost. There was nothing. You cross this land of nowhere, you know, to reach out to where I live, and we have these nice community houses and stuff. But now they're redoing the entire Arlington. They're building residential areas, they're building houses, they're building a mall down there by the highway, and it's like, it's coming back. They're rebuilding the downtown. Now we're missing by the beach. We're missing restaurants by the beach, a lot of restaurants on the beach. I mean, with the tide, it's kind of difficult to build on the beach, but that's what's missing. Walking areas. But in terms of conscious community, personally, all the people that I knew, they're leaving. I don't know, it's like, it takes a lot. I feel like it's slow. It's taking a lot. I don't know. It's like some of the businesses, vegan restaurants, they closed during COVID. It's just hard to take off here. But this is the place that needs the most, you know? In California, they're already into that. They've been into this for years now. But Jacksonville, this is a place where that needs to be brought to the light. Honestly, that there's no coincidence why someone is placed somewhere, you know? There is so much potential here. And you know, when I did online, I loved it because I was like, I can expand to the world. But at the same time, I felt like I was kind of giving up, you know, on the market and the people I met at the market. And, you know, my Jax people, even though they haven't been super tender to me when I got here, but there are still some awesome people here in Jacksonville. And that we need to maybe regather and stuff. So let's see. I don't know if it's the right decision. It's going to take more of my energy. I'm not going to spend too much energy marketing either because I still want to work on my bigger projects. But I mean, a little bit is better than, you know, anything at all. So yeah, wish me guys good luck. I hope you participate. So yeah, it's not just about telling me about me, but also what you're going to get when you come to the workshops. I hope you show up. You're curious to know about these. Everybody came to my art workshops was happy. I don't think they lied because, you know, personally, if I'm not happy with something, usually I say it. People are pretty straightforward here. So I think, you know, really they were enchanted when every time they come here. They love the tour of the house. I show the paintings and we spend time. We get to connect people around art, creating something. So it's not just... oh, what do you want to do? I don't know, working, blah, blah, blah. We actually get to sit around the table for 4 hours and you don't even see the time go. You're like, you know, it's so nice. I love it. So I'm excited actually to start over. Yeah, even if it's a lot of writing emails and marketing and stuff. This is the part that I'm kind of slow with, you know, like writing newsletter and... but you have to, otherwise people don't know what's going on. So it's also writing to your friends, you know, so I have to look at it this way. All right, everybody, so I hope you join soon. Please all check all the links below. My baby is back of his shower. He listened. Woo-woo!
Mommy.
Good job, baby. What?
Can I play 8-ball?
Okay, we'll see. All right, guys. Yeah, we've been playing pool on the phone. Oh, thank you. He's trying to.
And tell them how many levels we unlocked.
Oh my God, we unlocked so many levels. We're like level what? Las Vegas.
Vegas.
We're like level Vegas on 8 pool. So we're getting super good at it, right?
8-ball pool, Scott.
Yeah.
This is a difficult name. 8-ball pool.
All right, guys, we gotta go. Have a good week.
Bye.